Pick 'em, clip 'em, and light 'em, boys. Deadwood Tobacco's about to blow some smoke. Introducing the lineup for tonight. Your pretty boy and host, the always handsome Pierce. The freestyle and visionary of Deadwood Tobacco, Wild Bill. Fresh off the boat and quick with his smoke, introducing Stash. Hello, everybody, and welcome to DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast. I am your host, Handsome Pierce. With me today, I've got Mr. Bill.
Hello.
What the heck was that?
Hello.
There you go.
Now you hear me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Lord.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Now I just
Sound
I can't
like a
hear
bird.
anything else now.
My ears are bleeding.
And over here, we've got the Stash Man.
How we doing?
Stash Man.
Bad enough I got 80s porn stash. We don't need to go any further with this.
We're going to have to roll like 3 times on this one. I just choked on the coffee. Oh, today we are doing the third of the cigar pairings. This would be the pairing that you would do with the supper. So we've already done the appetizer. We've already done the salad portion. This is the dinner portion that we're doing tonight. We are smoking a Aroma Mi Amor Magnifico, right? Is that the size?
Toro.
Magnifico. Bam. God, this might keep the wrappers around here.
Yeah.
Anyways, and we are pairing it with... Bill, you want to take this one?
Yeah, we're going to use some almonds again because we got that big bag still. Mm-hmm. We're going to use some...
Got to use up.
We're just being cost effective.
Yeah. We got some new accouterments. We are going to have some fresh flaked coconut from Ethan's wife. She freshly shaved the coconut.
Nice. That sounds so dirty.
And we have that. We're going to cross play with 2 different chocolates tonight.
Okay.
So we have a dark chocolate and we have a milk chocolate because a little bit of the milk spilled into the dark chocolate, which made it milk chocolate.
Excellent.
Yeah, silly cacao beans. And we're pairing this up with a rum. So we're adding more fuller things to the palate tonight, along with whatever we're fake eating that's not in front of us.
What would we be fake eating tonight? Is it going to be, are we having steak? Are we having fish? What are we having?
You know, recently I was down in Miami and I popped on an elevator going into this cigar store on the 2nd floor. Mm-hmm. And they were doing an Ashton dinner, right? They're pairing it up just like we're discussing these last episodes. And believe it or not, there was no beef whatsoever on this dinner.
Really?
Nah, but you had a rich sauce on the fish, right? Which you're giggling. I don't know.
I just ashed right on my microphone and then right into my stomach. So, I mean, continue. No. Don't let this hinder you.
Back in 1919, New Ulm, Minnesota, a wonderful brewery made 1919 beer. No. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to be having beef, but you're gonna have something that's a little bit heavier than a salad and your appetizers. Okay. Which is why we're going to this medium, full-bodied San Andreas Mexican Maduro Nicaraguan by the My Father factory for
Ashton.
Very eloquent.
That was very distinguished I have ever seen this man.
That was British beyond belief.
I've already told you it was Ashton.
It's Ashton.
How dare you ask me again?
I've got this English pint glass. Maybe that's what's causing
That
problems.
is, man. You took it.
Did you know the beer goes down faster in an English pint glass versus an American pint glass?
Yes.
Do you know why?
Why do you think I stole like 4 of these from England?
You didn't steal. We don't steal. We acquire.
Acquired.
Well, it loosely fell into your wife's purse.
No, it loosely fell into my hand as I walked out with it. But I also gave up a Dixie cup, my sash, most of my ribbons, and I'm lucky I got out of there still with clothes on.
Wait. Whoa. You didn't steal. He traded.
Yes.
He
if
bartered.
you want to go down that way, it could be bartered.
No,
yes.
You went down that way.
Yes.
I'm just enjoying the fake meal in front of me and these accouterments.
There you go. So.
Before I get into that, I just wanted to highlight we did get an email. I want to make sure that everybody knows we have the email DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast at gmail.com. I got an email from Mark, and he wanted to know, he said, "Hey, y'all, I'm loving the podcast and your cigars even more. I would like to get some recommendations for new sticks. I love all the yummy bitches, but I don't know where to go from there. If you could point me in the right direction, I would appreciate it. By the way, I first discovered this several years ago on a family vacation to Deadwood. My wife and girls went into a store next to yours, and while I was waiting, I caught the whiff of a wonderful fragrance. Downstairs I went, and the rest is history. Thank you, Michael. So if we could help Michael out and kind of pinpoint, I would obviously go straight to the DTC Chasing the Dragon cigar. You're going to have a nice brandy flavor to it. You're going to have a little bit of apricot or mixed berry or teas or crisp
Dried
apple.
fruit.
We got a whole bunch of those.
Nougat.
Yeah.
Nougat. Can't forget the
But
nougat.
anyways, that's kind of what I would direct you to there, Mark. Thank you for listening and reaching out to us. We really appreciate hearing from the folks out there. If anybody else wants to reach out, again, DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast at gmail.com. We'd love to get your questions on the air and answer those for you. Bill, what do you got to say on that one? We got the double sweets right now. What are the double sweets offering that the regular Dragon lineup does not?
Check the mic. Check the mic.
Mike's working.
Mike's working.
Yeah, I know. I'm just playing.
Oh, man.
Starting with the beginner, since you went non-traditional, I'm just going to flow into the traditional world for me. Right?
Yep.
For that guy?
Yeah.
That's what you're asking?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going mild, smooth, and creamy.
Yep.
Now, for me, it depends on how early in the morning I get up, depending whether I'm going to go to Dominican or Nicaraguan, as far as the filler binder go. But it's going to be some sort of Connecticut or Cameroon. Mm-hmm. And lately, it's the Aladino Cameroon.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a great expression for him to start.
Very nice. Stash, what do you think?
I mean, that's how I went. That was my road. Literally was Dirt Torpedoes, Sweet Jane. Then, well, I actually went, before I started there, I went in there and got the bundle deal so I could get my ashtray and stuff during Sturgis. And it went from stupid, light, mild to like Herrera. So I went the opposite direction.
Gotcha.
Was not a fan of those too much, and then I sort of grew back into it as I got in longer. But I went back in, sort of got a little bit more training per se as I hung out there and understood a little bit more and more. So, personally, if he's going from dark chocolate notes and all that's in a Sweet Jane, Dragon's a graduate. If you don't want to jump from one to the other, then maybe down to an Insidious and then into traditional.
Gotcha.
Depending on, how quick he wants to make the jump, really.
Right. And the Insidious is our kind of transitional cigar. It's got a molasses dip cap, so you're going to have that sweetness on your lips, but you're going to have a backbone of a traditional cigar. So maybe you want to kind of ease into a traditional cigar or try your hand at it. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, the Chasing the Dragon, Deadwood Tobacco Company Chasing the Dragon is a wonderful, wonderful smoke. Even me liking traditionals, I smoke probably one a week just to make sure that I got my flavors still going on it. But anyways, thanks, Mark, for reaching out. Anybody else that wants to reach out, please do. Back to the storyline. Now, we've got a couple of different things to taste with the La Aroma today. Bill, what did you choose and why?
It's pretty particular. That's why. Because I had a job, and they said, do it this way.
So going from experience.
Yeah, almost 10 years ago, by the way, Manny Ferraro went to the Angels and Dancing with them 10 years ago. So I just wanted to put that shameless plug on there because that's where I learned all this. Now, obviously, you eat the almond to cleanse the palate, right? But we're going to jump ahead of that because we've all been eating the almonds as we've been discussing this, natural palate cleansers. What I did was I jumped onto the fresh shaved coconut because you want a little creamy note, but you don't want all the oil that you get off of coconut. And oil is going to coat the palate, but you need a little cream here because of the cigar. The cigar does have a faint, light creaminess to it. Almost a watered-down milk with ice. But that's what the coconut does.
It's so weird.
Right.
Continue.
And then I have dark chocolate. I believe Stash took the dark, or he's got dark, I got milk.
Yeah.
But we're also pairing it up with the beautiful Dominican rum, which when we put this all together for the main course, we're adding layers to the palate. We're adding the coconut, which is going to pull out an expression of the cigar. The chocolate will, and so will the almond along with the rums, right? Because rum's going to have those caramely notes, the vanillas, the hint of spices and whipped creams and all that beautifulness. which is what you're going to start getting on your main course of your dinner as well, right? It's going to get heavier. Your oils are going to come out. That beef or that chicken or that heavy fish, even though you think fish is light, it's not, with the sauces and little capers and different things like that that add to the overall flavor of the dish, which is why you go to a stronger smoke when you're setting up this pairing or their things like. But this La Aroma de Cuba, Mi Amor, is a great expression of what Pepin Garcia did do with the San Andres Mexican Maduro on a Nicaraguan filler binder. Because as you're smoking it, I mean, to me, it's got a little richness, but it's not really decadent yet, right? It's got that faint, what you could express to me as a chocolate note. It's light. It's still going to, not deaden my palate, which will come after dinner when you add that rich whatever dessert and that rich expression of coffee of some sort. But, I don't know. Stash, what's up?
Well, I barely breathe today because of our wonderful weather change from almost 70 to snowing and crappy.
Yeah.
So anyway, but
So the aroma.
yeah, so a little bit of a plug-up situation at the moment. I mean, I am getting some chocolate notes at the very end. That's what I can pick out at the very end. Other than that, right now, I can't pick out anything else other than the chocolate. So, and I haven't eaten any almonds or anything yet, so I'm going to do that now and then see maybe that'll clean something up.
Nice. I'm pairing this with a nice dark, rich coffee, so I'm kind of getting a little bit more little cocoa on the end. It's almost going to be like if you go to a coffee joint but not get a latte, you don't get any cream.
No,
in
you're
there.
getting more of that powdery,
Yeah,
the earthy.
yeah, yeah. The earthy powdery.
That would make
tiny
sense.
bit of cocoa with the coffee.
That would make
yeah.
perfect sense.
Beautiful. That's one of my favorite cigars. So I mean, I'm a little bit.
This smoke for Ashton, I don't remember when it came out, back in 2010-ish.
Okay.
It did really well for them. But at the same time, just so you know, Pepin launched the brown label Tatuaje with Pete Johnson back in 04, 05, 06 right now. So imagine, 07, the San Cristobal came out. So Ashton's on fire at this point, right? They got all the Fuente product rolling out. It's been rolling out since 85. And then they transitioned to this, right? They took the baseline La Aroma away from Altadis, gave it to my father, created a very consistent cigar at a very valuable price point. Then they came up with what was La Aroma de Cuba Edition Especial, I believe, in 08, 09, right in there.
Right.
Then this.
Yep.
So this for Ashton actually solidifies the portfolio when you look at their custom of goods, right? Outside the humidors and the swag, when you actually look at their tobaccos and what Fuente does for them. And now they have the My Father, the Pepin Garcia and the Jaime and the daughter,
Right.
creating these expressions for them, right? These layers of notes. You're not going to just pick up this smoke and be like, yeah, I get it. This is not what I would smoke when I'm cutting the grass.
Right.
It's too much. There's too much going on.
Yeah,
But-
it's a little more complex than just a simple, nice, I don't know,
It's soft.
Mild go at it.
mild go at it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I'm going to tell you what, when you eat that coconut, it's going to feel papery, right? Mm-hmm. But as you chew it, it's going to melt. And you're going to notice the oil, and then the cream's going to come out. It doesn't dry your palate out like you'd think it would.
No, it's got enough oil in it, and
Right.
just enough stuff in it to keep it moist.
But
Moist.
notice how your mouth is wet.
Well, it's drawing more saliva out too because of the dryness of it, and then it just kind of reconstitutes in your mouth and gives you a little bit that nice flavor.
It's like an MRE. You just rehydrated it.
Reinvigorated my tummy.
I'm almost getting more of the pepper after that coconut.
Interesting. Now, would you say that's pepper forward?
No, it's right on the exhale. It's not pepper forward. It's not sitting on my palate. It's just right at the end. The little bit that goes out your nose, just a little pepper on there. It's a
Wow.
nice solid smoke though.
Yeah. What I can taste now, I got the chocolate still at the end. Now it's a touch of that little bit of
Wait a minute. I think I get a hint of helium bloom.
no.
Yes, minerally.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
A little bit of creaminess now in the front that I'm picking up, just a touch. I mean, I'm not going to be a very good judge tonight because I can barely
No,
breathe,
but
so.
but imagine you're eating your meal, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you had a very spicy style cigar right now.
Right.
Think about that.
Overpower the whole
The food,
yeah, the
everything.
Food.
You
It would
just
destroy
be
it.
like, imagine, little salt, little pepper on that steak, right? And you got a spicy cigar. Mm-hmm. That pepper is going to act very, very sharp across your palate.
Right.
It's going to be amplified.
Yep.
So that's why you have to think about what you're smoking when you're mood, when you're eating, and when you're drinking.
So like, what
Go
would
ahead.
you pick out? Like, so if you were having a steak, a nice pepper, a little bit of salt, maybe some garlic butter on top of it. If you were having a nice slice of salmon.
No. See, look, you're layering way too much all of a sudden.
That's what I'm saying. What would you say would be good with this cigar per?
First of all, if I'm going to offer an expression of beef, to be honest with you, that's what I'm going to offer. I'm not going to offer that fancy hollandaise sauce or a clump of crab on it, right?
Right.
If I wanted the clump of crab, we would have had crab, bottom line. So the beef is what I'm going to use. That's what's going to sizzle. And at most, I'll put some butter on that and salt and pepper. That's it. Let the beef speak, right?
Right.
Let that oil, that fat, that richness coat your palate.
Okay, so what's the beef going to bring out in this cigar that we won't be able to experience with just the things that we have today?
Well, here you go. Instead of just thinking cow, let's get what we eat around here a lot of, elk and the wild game, right?
Right.
So on this earthy San Andres Mexican Maduro, if we had an elk steak or an antelope, it's going to bring out more of the oils. It's going to bring out more of the earth tones on this particular smoke versus your fat, rich piece of normal beef that
Right.
you'd get at Legends or some other steak joint on Friday night in town.
What are you trying to throw out there?
Just dancing around.
I'm just doing a shameless plug for Mavericks.
Yeah.
Because summertime's coming and hopefully they're taking the nachos off of the menu.
Yes.
And they're putting the nice sandwich I like on them.
You want the biscuit
Brisket?
Yeah.
sandwich. That's what
Brisket
you like.
biscuit sandwich.
Right. Because I'll be honest, now that we're talking about food and I'm hungry, when they say a drizzle of barbecue sauce, it's a drizzle. It's enough not to put the sandwich down, but it's worth it.
Which is appreciative. I hate fucking barbecue and it's all slathered and everything and I'm getting messy. I just want a hint. I just want a hint of that smoke. I want a hint of that tang. I want a hint of that fucking almost like brown sugar. And I don't want anything else. I don't want it to I don't know. Maybe it's because I have a beard and I got to wash that shit off in the bathroom so I don't look like
Have
a
you
freak.
noticed, by the way, on this smoke, have you noticed adding all that sugar, how the actual smoke itself seems way light across the palate?
Yeah, it's definitely
It's not heavy.
Should
Right.
probably have the chocolate first.
You figure the Nicaraguan tobaccos are going to sit a little bit longer than Dominican, right, or Honduras tobaccos. But this particular smoke, with adding it and layering it and tasting it, it's not a very heavy, dry, earthy expression. To me, when I used to sell this on the road, I would tell people, you know how you earth, right? You get a little powdery of dirt, and you add just a little bit of water, like a couple drops. You start mixing it up,
Right.
and when the earth is too dry and too much, it overcompensates onto the water, so it doesn't liquefy and make it mud.
right.
That's what I'm talking about. That earthy, chocolatey note. That expression right there is what comes off of this particular smoke. If we were going to go decadent, I'd want that big, rich, half-inch wide piece of cake where you bite it 3 times and you're scraping the roof of your mouth like your dog does peanut butter.
Now, like if you were to do like fish, would you do like a nice rich salmon, or would you stick more like to a white fish? Would you stick to like a freshwater fish, walleye, or whatever that we usually eat around here?
See, now, would I pair this particular smoke up with the fish is the real question.
Right.
Probably not. I would pair up this smoke differently if I was going to a fish. I wouldn't use this particular one. I might use this towards the end of the dinner, right? And then compensate a different style of a smoke earlier on in the meal, which would have set up something different right now.
Right. So the setup that we have right now, we got the appetizer, we've got the lettuce, and then we've got the main course.
Right.
With this main course, you would want a
This particular
venison.
one? Something
Style.
gamey, earthy, leathery.
Okay.
Well, with your antelope, you're going to get most of the antelope around here. Well, in Wyoming, I should say, that side of the world.
Right.
Over there, normally you're eating a lot of sagebrush. They nibble on sagebrush, so that gives it a distinct taste compared to an elk or a deer or whitetail or the mule deer we get out here.
And did you know you can taste that sage if you caught them running?
Yep.
It's very prevalent.
Yeah.
So when people hand me that and they're like, "Hey, it's tasty," and I cook it, I'm like, "You
shot it on the run."
Yeah, you mother.
Yeah, you didn't shoot
You
it when it was
assholed
sitting
this
there.
when it was running away from you.
Yeah.
Totally got you.
Yep.
Now the fun part, not for you, but Stash, this will open up your nasal cavity.
Yeah.
But you can smell the caramel notes off of this rum.
Oh yeah.
It is
definitely.
amazing.
Yeah, it's got a heavy.
It doesn't. It's not
It's not
sharp.
heavy. It's just it's there, but you can definitely pick it out.
See, it begins a little heat and then it's gone,
Yeah.
and then
Super smooth.
yeah.
So for the rum, we're using the Barcelo Dominican rum, and it is what is it? The Grand Anejo. How long is that aged? I
there.
don't even see.
You know
there
what,
it is.
You know what's funny? The butternut off of that, right? I get a little sweetness. I wouldn't necessarily go, because when I think of that, I think of Iowa and cooking and
Right.
cinnamon and sugars. But it was smooth. It had a sweet, caramely cream to it, which after dinner, this particular drink also sets itself up for something a little bit heavier.
Right.
Something a little more viscous, dessert wines, brandies, things like that, right? So that's why you're not going too heavy and full bore, too earthy, too spicy, too rich on your particular drink now either.
Okay.
Because you still want the food there. You still want it all to mingle and have a perfect dance on your palate.
Now, to me, this when I just had this and then I waited a second or two and then I took a big puff of the cigar, it mellowed everything out. It was like nice and straight across the board. I can pick out now the cream notes. I can definitely get a little bit of the chocolate, a little bit of more of the, I don't say butter, the sweetness, a little bit of the sweetness I'm getting out of the rum or the cigar or both. But it mellowed everything out. It's like going in a it's all mingled together now. It's not all separated and middle. To me, it's all together. So that definitely did a major change compared to the coconut, the chocolate.
Gotcha.
So that just means just drink a lot of good.
Hey, guys.
Drink a lot of rum.
Have you noticed we're actually doing an almond joy tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Nice.
much.
Yeah.
Literally.
I did not until you said that. but
With
yeah.
an adult beverage.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, nice strong coffee.
We used to do this back in the day, right? I was at a store on the hill in St. Louis, Missouri, and we plated it on blue plates to match everything. And imagine a class of like 40 people outside underneath a tent. We're doing this, and I'm getting ridiculed by this dude. Just hurry up, speed it up, hurry it up, speed it up. Yeah. I turned around. Boy, did I snap. And I said, listen here, you fudger. I mean,
Now we're editing ourselves. Okay.
oh, yeah. I went way off script on that night. But, you know that uncomfortable speech that you give with a lot of illicit emotion and cuss words? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden there's that real quick pause, and then everybody starts laughing.
Right.
That was the part I think I peed a little bit because I was scared.
You're like, oh boy, where's this going to go?
Yeah, I mean, I was doing my thing. I had everything going. I had it all timed. I wanted to get it done. And I had a heckler in the group. Mm. Yeah, it wasn't cool. I don't know why I shared that memory.
Sorry.
Memory.
Because in this podcast, you are the heckler.
I was being very good today.
Today, yeah. No, I'm not saying
And
that
last
today.
one, too. I was really good in the last one. I was quiet. If you go back and look, you and Shorty talked. I was quiet.
That's not even the last one. The last one that aired was not like that at all.
Well, if you can't handle the steam, get out of the pressure
man, that's
cooker.
why I'm sitting in the captain's chair. I'm okay.
Oh, yeah?
I got kids screaming in the back of the fucking car all the time. I can still drive. We're
Yeah,
good.
but I ain't not screaming. I'm knocking out the chair. You thought your seat was comfortable.
I probably shouldn't have talked shit until the end of the podcast, but that's all right.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if they're not able to get the La Aroma de Cuba Mi Amor, what other cigars from other brands could we pair well with this?
Crown heads, right?
Yep. Which one?
I got a few Maduros that would work, actually. Let me chew this chocolate up.
Pardon me.
I mean, when you're actually thinking about this particular smoke, if we're using it, something earthy, something that's got a little natural hint of sweetness, heavy creams to mix in there, something that's complex but yet not too powerful. So Crown Heads has earthy, leathery smokes in, I want to say Willie Lee,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd go
You
with
could even do a Series E.
Yep.
Yeah.
Series E would be
work.
really good.
Yep.
It's got that little bit of a cashew background too, so if, I mean, it would mix well if you don't have
But-
the almonds.
You're not going to want to do, since you brought up cashew, Ashton makes La Passion, La Aroma de Cuba.
Yep.
So I would not use that particular one because it's too mild. So that way people don't, sit out there and go, oh, yeah, I remember cashew, that'll work. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you're like, why is this nut overpowering this steak or whatever?
Right.
Two totally different
Knocking it
cigars.
out.
Correct.
The Series E, that was one of my favorites from Crown Heads, but that offers a lot of the similar flavor notes, I would think, or I would say, not being the master smoker that Mr. Bill is over here, but I think that would be a good pairing as well.
I would say that one might be for after dinner. It's a little stronger, a little richer, and that would be great with that little chocolate ball that they put the chocolate on, and you hit it and it crackles, and there's other chocolate on the inside.
chocolate ball with chocolate.
You got all the chocolate.
I was hearing that in a way different accent.
Chocolate.
The little chocolate ball with the little chocolate thing, and then you crack the ball.
And you get
so
more
delicious.
chocolate. Chocolate. I like chocolate.
So we're looking at Crown Heads. We're looking at Mi Amor. Also, I mean, like, what else is in this course? We're always talking about the meat, but what else is in this course? Are you going to have like a nice rice pilaf? Are you going to have something a little bit heavier? What kind? Like, are you going to
Mashed
throw some
garlic.
asparagus in there?
Yeah,
What's going on? with it?
you're definitely gonna have the asparagus, right?
Yeah.
Because that's also gonna add and pick up that earth and that
Right.
granular taste,
Okay.
right? You're not gonna go into buttery sweet corn.
No.
You're gonna want some sort of starch. You can whip up your garlic, or you can do some soft and simple redskins, right? Right. But you have to watch because that's a lot of earth tones again.
Yeah.
So you're an earth. Now, what's your cigar going to taste like, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, if you had an earthy cigar, it would just all be muted and blanded and bleh.
So you want a nice amount of complexity between the meal and the cigar and whatever's in the meal.
Because even the conversation at that particular point is going to be more in depth, right?
Right.
It's not going to be the crescendo of what you're trying to get across in that particular meal with the conversation of the people you're doing. You're going to wait till the end of the meal when you can leave them with your final thought, your final expression of food, your final expression of tobacco, your final expression of drink. That way, when you're gone, they're pontificating back on what you said, and you left them with a positive experience overall versus, I mean, just imagine, dude, you threw 4 cigars in a bag. And he said, hey, welcome to my house. Now, you can do that with people that smoke. But if you do that, you'll watch them just gravitate to what they know rather than thinking about what's going to happen.
Right.
And all of a sudden, by the end of the night, they're drinking a full-bodied viscous drink with a CLE chili.
God, that would be horrible. That'd be horrible. You wouldn't be able to taste anything of that smoke. It'd be like hot air.
You'd be a white Russian in the CLE. Just completely blow it out of the water.
Can I get a Tabaka Special for that, please?
Yeah.
Really, really compliments that white Russian. So basically, I'm going to go back to the conversation. So in this, you're also setting up this way for people to enjoy each other. So the appetizer is going to be the mingling part, correct? The salad is going to be a little bit of the small talk. When you get to the meal, that's when you're getting into the more in-depth and you're getting to know the person sitting on your right and the sitting on your left.
Stash, you know what the salad's for, right?
Waste of time.
It's to figure out which fork and spoon to use.
Yeah. Well, you start at the outside, work your way in. That's what I was always taught. But
All right. Sorry.
anyway.
No, I
it's
mean,
always-
just like that's kind of the setup. So, I mean, going back to last week's when we were talking about how or why this is important and what, we all think the cigar culture is, this is also a part of kind of gradually not forcing people to mingle and talk and get in depth and whatever else, but there are those little steps because you're encouraging community while you're eating. So you have the mingling part, you have the small talk part. Now you're getting into the, oh shit, you got 3 kids too, or whatever you're talking about. And you're kind of getting into not only
Which
knowing
plane
about,
did you fly?
you're not only getting to know about the cigar, you're not only getting to know about the meal, you're also getting to know about your common man that are sitting with you, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And you also kick Uncle Benny over to the kids' table because he's going to bring up politics.
That son of a bitch ain't coming to the dinner.
That's right.
Fuck that guy.
Get rid of him.
Uncle Benny's from the show?
Maybe.
Because if it's his table, I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm going to
say-
learn a thing or two.
Right.
He might be bringing the wild rice.
Yeah.
Pilaf.
Pilaf. So
Yeah, they get rid of that. Sorry. Can't do that anymore.
what are we going to be expecting for next week? So this is the 3rd episode. This is the dinner. So what are we expecting for the dessert?
Next week is going to be, this is the fun part. We're going to do espressos.
Okay.
We're going to have a decadent piece of chocolate cake. We're also going to have a full-bodied, full-flavored smoke. Now, at this particular point of the meal, right, most people would have tried to finish the current smoke with the dessert and taken one home just to have a nostalgia factor.
Right.
Or put it in their fancy humidor in case somebody comes over and wants a fancy cigar.
Good.
I didn't say anything, Stash. I did not say anything.
As he's like he's eye fucking me right through the thing right there, like hard. Like, yeah, just take it home and put it in your humidor for later on when people come over.
When the exact same person that gave it to you comes over, you hand him back that stick and go, here you go, I got one of these down the road.
That's why he cuts them all now before I even get them. I'm like, shit.
Well, that to put that little exploding thing in there.
Right. Yeah.
Someone's going to play cigar roulette.
I used to do that with my grandma. She'd get so fucking pissed.
Oh, the cigarettes.
Yeah, I get those little cigarette. Yeah.
Pops.
Yeah. God.
Yo, by the way, I went down to Miami and I saw my boy Fabian Ziegler.
Excellent. How was that for you?
That was fun, dude. He was smoking a hookah almost every day.
Yeah.
And they had spring break.
Yes.
But the shootings weren't near us, though, so I just want to
That's
let
good.
y'all know I was safe.
That's good.
I was in Miami. It was pretty cool. It was bumping, things was. We had ice cream.
Yeah. When I lived in Orlando, I went down there for spring
Was
break
that the
one year.
whole fucking story?
Yes, that was it. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, man, it's about the ice cream.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, you thought I was going to tell you about the gummy bear fruit punch, latte, tobacco, smoking hookah thing?
There's so many fucking avenues that you could have taken on there, and you're just like, we had ice cream.
That was the end of it. All right, cool.
You didn't ask who bought a shake, because they were everywhere.
You flew 3,200 miles to go get ice cream. I got it.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. NC Fabian. I mean, that's
So you've known Fabian for how long now?
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah,
A little bit of time now.
a little bit of time. I mean, was it just like go down there, smoke some cigars, hang out with the boy, just a relaxation? I mean, well, I know we're all kind of taking our turns going on vacation. You need a little bit
That's
of time
pretty
to-
much all it was. It was 4 days of, I did not go to the beach. Because he's
because
got
I don't picture you at the beach to begin with.
Nah, but he's got a pool in
Besides-
his yard, so why go to the beach when you
Yeah.
got a pool and you can smoke cigars and drink rum right outside your bedroom,
Enjoy life right there. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He had an espresso machine, so I thought, that was cool because I thought I was in an affluent room, right? No Keurigs. So we had an espresso. And he had coffees from all around the world.
Nice.
But, dude, screw his coffee. That dude's rum collection,
Yeah.
like, your wife would not be happy because he would not allow her to mix. He'd make her sample it. And let me tell you, when he goes into the bedroom you're staying in and opens up the door and there's a whole, like, smattering of different bottles, you're like,
Oh shit.
damn, I didn't even think to check that room, right?
Should have put my clothes away earlier.
Right? Damn it. But, yeah, so that's what we did. We smoked cigars, had some hookah, ate some Cuban food, and took a little vacation. And now
Nice.
Stash is going on vacation.
Now Stash is going on.
Yeah,
vacation
he's
here.
Till June though. So
No,
it's a ways.
you're going. You're leaving this week. You're going to the
going a big 45 miles away. Home
dude.
slice.
Come on, you're going to the RC, baby.
Yeah, big.
And I don't
big
mean
vacation.
cola.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Wednesday night. It's just the mixer, blah blah. Hello, who are you? who's who in the zoo.
Nice.
Then Thursday is from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock of endless ramblings of different people. And then...
the snowball dance?
Yeah, Friday is the
adult
sort of-
mixer.
yeah, Friday's the breakfast / we can put out what our comments are, which I imagine my boss will be there to sort of, not you, but the other boss for the other group I'm doing this for, will be there to make sure my mouth is duct taped so I don't go a little overboard. But anyway.
What? You
Yeah.
never say what's exactly on your
No,
fucking mind at
no.
any given time.
So anyway, yeah, but I mean, I'm going to be in the, what is it, the Alex Johnson, whatever the hell that hotel.
He's going to smoke on the
Alex
roof.
Johnson,
Yeah. Yep. Up on the roof, and then cigar bar is not too far away from there. Actually, it's within walking distance. It's
Now
like
that's the 420.
maybe-
Tinderbox.
Tinderbox,
Oh,
right
okay.
there. Yeah. So.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh no,
interrupt.
it's good, and that's my. If you want to call that
That's
a
your
vacation,
getaway? That doesn't sound like a fucking vacation.
That's
for
getting
work and
that's
shit.
getting away from Consuela for a couple days. That's all that is.
She'll track you down.
Oh, she was like, "You want me to come out Thursday?" And she's like, "I think it's going to snow. I don't know if I want to drive in the snow." And then I said it was $11 to park, and she's like, "Well, I'm going to valet mine for $25." But she's like, "Oh well, I don't know if I really want to do that." And I'm like, "Well, oh, and by the way, please call her and just say hi,
Yeah.
please."
Just a
605-722-1510. Call Consuela.
Yep.
Just say hello, Consuela, and then hang up the phone. We don't need any extra conversation. It boggles her mind, and it's so fun to hear the stories on our side. Please do that. for us.
Monday through Friday. Now.
Monday
Don't
through
do
Friday.
that on Saturday or
No,
Sunday,
no, 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 'cause
you're
we
gonna
don't
get
give a
me.
shit.
Yeah, and I'll be like, cool, click.
Hold on. You want to creep her out? Go, is Consuela there? And then go. She'll say yes, and then you go,
Oh no.
no, even better. Just have him say pink, and then hang up.
Yes. New
Pink.
code word. Pink and then hang up. That's
Yeah,
all you
because
gotta do.
pink is her favorite color, and it'll creep her out like you're stalking her.
Yeah. And then we'll have a new fodder to talk about every single week. Anyways, that would be awesome if you guys could do that. Kind of going on from this, so we just finished the supper portion, whatever. And I feel like a lot of people that are doing this are, they're interested in the dinner, but I also feel like it's important to kind of point out where we work, what we do, what kind of town we're in. We are in a very touristy town. We are in Deadwood, South Dakota, known for its hookers and gambling and booze and, the wild, wild fucking West. So a dinner.
Wait a minute. Where are you hanging out that we got hookers, bro?
They used to have hookers. I'm not saying now.
You mean used hookers like used cars?
Yes.
No. Used to.
Old used ones named Paprika and Nutmeg.
I was looking for candy cane.
No.
Her name used to be just Meg, but
Yeah.
yeah.
As she got older, it turned into Nutmeg.
By the way, these names are not affiliated with any cartoon character or actual possible human being in Deadwood that might reside there,
Right. Which is like, anyway.
But like,
including grandmas.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be able to have the opportunity to be able to have one of these dinners at some point in time. But if you come to our shop, we talk about these dinners and we want you to know the culture of cigars, but we also want you to know the culture of our shop. We're not only, cigar smokers, and we're a tourist town. So, you go from the cigar dinner, and then you have what we had last weekend. Stash, what did we have last weekend?
The shit show?
The shit show. What was the shit show?
Better known as St. Patty's Day. So it's the college power drinkers that get on the party buses in Rapid and fellow states around, near us, Wyoming, Iowa, Nebraska. Drink all the way on the bus, get here, they're already shit-housed, and then start a pub crawl. So by 5 o'clock, they're all canned out somewhere, passed out, and whatever else. But, it is a good time. Don't get me wrong. It can be a good time. It's not one of my more favorite holidays just because of it's a whole lot of, for us, it's on the fly teaching, or you break it down Barney style, basically is what I say. They come in, they're all stumbling about halfway there. Oh, what a cigar. Okay, nice smooth one, sweet or not sweet. Just break it down, because if you go traditional, not traditional, they stare at you like you got a penis growing out of your forehead. So it's, you got to break it down really simple, get them going, get them into it, and go from there. Yeah, it's not like the other holidays that we have. Like, we got the next one coming up here, which is Forks, Corks, and Kegs. It's more of a I don't want to say adult, but adult version of a, you walk around, there's different samplings, there's different foods in different places, and it's more of an older crowd. So it's a little more, they come in with a little more understanding, a little more that, and they're not.
And a little bit more time.
Yeah, and they're not drooling all over themselves trying to get their wallet out or whatever. So,
I mean, point being that, you can sit there and be like, okay, these guys are doing a dinner. They must be like that. No, cigars aren't about the high end, the low end, the in between end. They're about everything. They're about community. They're about getting together. What we do at our shop is we facilitate those needs usually in a pretty quick manner. We do the quick education, and don't hesitate to do the long education if you're actually interested in it. But we have people coming from all over the United States, let's face it, to come to our shop and experience a good time. So back in the day when it was pinstripes and, pocket squares and Rolexes and shit, it's not like that anymore. You don't have to be the upper echelon of society to be able to enjoy a good smoke.
nope. And if you do have the time, on a usually Monday through Thursday or even Friday or Saturday mornings, I'm in the morning, so I'm usually there. Saturday morning is usually the better time because normally that's where everybody from Friday night that rolled into town is still trying to figure out where the hell they're at and what happened. So they are usually not coming out of whatever place they reside in for the evening until about noonish 1. So it is a little slower time. If you came in during that time, I have time to sit in there and educate you. And so does that guy Viking and Bill and everybody else. So, and Grimes and Ethan and whoever happens to be working that day. So it is there's certain times of the day we can spend, I've seen Bill sit at a table and go through a whole wine course, literally.
Yep.
And cigars and wines and what kind of wines you want with these cigars and blah, blah, blah. But he had time to do that.
Yes.
Now, if you're going to try that during rally, forget it. If you're going to try it during, any of the big events we have in town, that's going to be a little harder.
Now, the fun thing about this last event is we had, all those helpers that were coming through. So we had Michelle from CLE. We had Shorty Rossi from Shorty's Rescue. We had Michael from Shinerbach. Hector. He was a cool dude as
Or
well.
Fred, John, George, because nobody
could remember his name, so they're just shooting out names.
Frank, yeah, whatever.
So at these events, you
There he
don't
is,
only get to
Frank.
talk to us, and if we don't have time to educate you, these guys will. I've seen Michelle take people through that humidor, and not only her own brand, but expand it a little bit more. So it's not like we shut everybody off or anything. You can still get that nice experience. You can still get that quick education and still enjoy yourself while coming into our store to have a cigar. And we got to interview all those guys night before.
Yep.
That was really fun as well. So I'm sure we'll be doing clips of the reps and the cigar reps, the beer reps. Shorty, we'll have some of those clips coming to you soon. So thanks for that, you guys. If you're listening, because you better be listening. God, you come on my podcast, you got to listen to it at some point in time.
Right.
Anyways. But yeah, that's just my point. It doesn't have to be suits. It doesn't have to be, you're talking about the stock market and bullshit like that. You can sit there and talk about anything you want to, but it's just about sitting down, relaxing, and smoking that cigar and enjoying. Yeah, there it is. What do you got, Bill?
Aces.
And dates.
Amen.
Aces and eights. Make sure that if you are looking around to buy cigars, you give us a shot. www.deadwoodtobacco.com. Put in your order there. We've got a special going on right there with the DTC Chasing the Dragons right now, where if you buy a box, you get a pack of our 5 super or double sweet crisp apple cigars with that, with a nice candela wrapper. It's a beautiful smoke. We also have just a ton of inventory that we have ready and waiting for you to get out, and Consuela is on point with getting that out as fast as possible.
187 5-packs left the door in less than 7 days.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Good.
That's tremendous.
I looked that up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Make sure that you're looking at the website. Make sure that you're looking at our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, even though it doesn't. Pinterest. You can buy cigars through Pinterest now.
We have a Pinterest account?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 6 posts.
I did not know that.
It's true.
Also, make sure to give us a shout out at the either info@deadwoodtobacco.com or DTC Blown Smoke Podcast at gmail.com. We'd love to be able to answer your questions. Give us an idea for a podcast or just, blow off some steam and say, hey, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Just like always, Mr. Bill, you got something, or are you just waving to the crowd?
Waving to the crowd.
Waving to the crowd. And again, our phone number is 605-722-1510. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace.
That was wax on, wax off.
That was wax on, wax off.
Waxed. Waxed on.